Unfortunately, we can't do our review segment in one entire shot, so we're going to send it on over to Truman, Colin, and Mack, who are doing their review for 1917.
I'm Truman.
Hey guys, I'm Mack,
And I'm Colin.
and we're here to review the movie 1917, directed by Sam Mendes, and oh my gosh, it's a true cinematic masterpiece. What do you think, Colin?
I think it's actually a really good movie. The whole thing's shot like it's pretty much, it looks like it's one shot, but they have multiple hidden cuts, and you really never know. It's actually so good.
Yeah, because they make it through underbrush and debris and such. It's like, oh, and the camera goes through it, and you think, oh, it's just obscuring the camera for a second, but nope, it's a whole new shot. Perhaps on a different day.
Exactly. The cinematography is definitely, the number one aspect of this movie that I think people think about when they associate. Yeah, you know what I mean. The other thing I want to bring up about this movie is that it's based on a true story.
Oh, yeah.
This is based on the story of Sam Mendes' grandfather in World War I.
Oh.
He brought this story to him, and Sam Mendes, obviously an acclaimed director, he directed American Beauty, amongst others. He brought it to life in 2019.
Actually, you want to know a pretty cool thing about this movie?
Sure.
So Blake, the star,
Absolutely.
he was originally, there were talks that he was going to be played by Tom Holland.
Really?
Pretty crazy.
That is crazy.
I'm actually glad that they did it though, but they
Glad.
say they used an interesting technique in terms of the casting, right?
Yeah.
They cast like very much unknowns in terms
makes
of
it
the
feel more
soldiers.
real.
But then Benedict Cumberbatch was Colonel Mackenzie, which means like that emphasized the importance of his character in it. But yeah, such brilliant performances in the movie as well. You really feel like the grit that they all go through.
Oh, it's so raw. The
So
whole
much
movie
dirt.
feels so real. Like the set design and just everything just makes it really feel like you're there with them.
And then there's parts where they like step on something and they're like, oh, it's twig, and it's just like a dead body. And you're like, ugh.
It's crazy.
That's what makes it real.
Exactly. The movie's a lot more jumpy than I expected when I first saw it. I think the moment that like got me was the loss of consciousness scene.
Oh, yeah.
And then he wakes up in the middle of the dark, and then there's suddenly a big firefight that he has to go through all by himself. Because the other guy dies in halfway through the movie. Spoiler alert, but it's been out
Big
for like
spoiler alert.
it's been out for like 3 years.
You've had the chance.
Yeah. And obviously this movie's very relevant now with All Quiet on the Western Front out, These movies are a great, retrospect into World War I, and they allow a great lens to look at the movie, I think. Yeah, a look at the war,
Another cool fact about this movie, let me just say this. The scene at the end when he's running, like he's just running through like all the soldiers and
Yeah,
it's like
that's-
a big, yeah, I know,
that's
yeah,
the
I
film's
know,
iconic.
I think I know what you're gonna say here.
Yeah, you probably do. When he's bumping into the soldiers, not scripted, and they just roll with it. And that
Yeah,
was
man.
actually, yes, and it actually makes it feel more real and more grounded because he's running through.
It's a
not
good,
paying
it's a
attention
good
to
thing
anyone
I
else.
wasn't in this movie because I probably would have started laughing and just kind of collapsed laughing, which obviously what's supposed to happen in the scene. So it's probably a good thing that wasn't me or Tom Holland's.
Exactly, and this movie obviously won the best cinematography award at the 2020 Oscars for Roger Deakins, his second Oscar, and obviously well deserved, What do you think?
I think it was well deserved.
Absolutely.
And another thing I think is really cool is the costumes are so like period accurate. Like it seems like these shots, a lot of them could be like just taken from like colorized shots of World War I.
Yeah. Which has been done before.
No, it's 100% been done
Peter
before.
Jackson did that in some
Right,
of his
right.
films.
Right, but I think I'm always really impressed when they pull together all period accurate stuff, and also there's like all this environmental stuff that really makes it feel real. And there's that part with the and they're in the underground place, and they're like about.
Oh, with the rat.
With the rat.
Yes,
the rat
yes,
is
good
crazy.
scene,
The
good
rat
scene.
goes crazy, man. It's like.
Good scene.
And then you don't know what's gonna happen because it's like, oh man, there's so many wires everywhere, and like you're always bracing yourself. It's like real war, really, because you're always you don't know when something's gonna happen.
All right, so I think we're at that time where we're going to give our official rating of the movie. Truman, what do you think?
Well, I think this is certainly a very good film. I think it's really cool. A lot of really cool stuff in there. I would give it, I think, an 8, which, if you see my other reviews, is pretty high on my movie scale. I think it's really, there's a lot of great acting, some great acting moments. You really feel the despair when some characters are lost. And I think all in all, it really comes together to make a really good piece of cinema. Colin, what do you think?
Oh, me now? Okay,
After
do we do decimals?
No.
Alright, then I give it a 9. I give it a big 9. I think this is such a good movie. I think the length that they went through to make it really seem like it's one shot, like, I can't get over that. The whole one shot premise is so cool to me. Like it just makes you really think like they put time. Like they put a lot of time into this movie, So I give it a 9. How about you, Mac?
My same rating.
Oh yeah.
this movie, you know, in a lot of ways, you know, it's your typical war movie, but in a lot of ways, it's not. You know, I saw this movie and I was genuinely blown away by it. And you know, unfortunately, I think this movie was heavily overshadowed by the success of Parasite during this award season. Not that that was a wonderful film too, but so was this. Like you said, this movie really highlights the collaboration of all these artists that come, the actors, the cinematographers, the direction from Sam Mendes. You know, sound design, all of that. This movie is the epitome of that collaboration, and it's pretty sweet.
It's pretty good.
I gotta say.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Great job, the two of you, and we'll catch you guys around the bend. All right.